everyone. This is the League of Training and I'm BotTcat who bringing you some of theorycraft to make sure that you can improve yourself in League of Legends. This is actually a series of videos where I'm gonna use all that theory crafting to improve myself, maybe some practicing themes, etc. The first one video was a long time ago, and I'm decided to continue this series right now. About now, I'm in Silver 1 in solo queue, and I'm trying to improve myself and get to the gold and maybe to higher ELO. And today I'm gonna shortly speak with you about the second idea that I got about this game, and a lot of people knows about that idea, but sometimes they for some reason ignore it and still playing ranked without getting that in mind. So the idea is short and simple. You preferably should pick like 2 or 3 roles that you gonna play the most, and play like 2 or 3, maybe 4 champions in each of these roles, not more than that. Why is this is a good idea? Some of you can think about that, playing different champions will give me a different experience, and also will give me the knowledge about their pros and cons, so I can have a good in every situation I can perform very well. But there is a short little thing about that oppose that opinion, that is when you trying to do something and perform in something, no matter what, you're like trying to learn and get your skill better. It actually can work in like sports, in arts, etc. You need to stick on one direction, I mean one target, something like that. And the thing about what I'm talking about right now is like making yourself using less percentages of your brain to make something done. So, for example, when you just started to play League of Legends, it's so much stuff you need to do, and you cannot clearly focus on anything at a time, especially if you didn't play the mobile games before League of Legends. It's kinda hard to understand about farming, how to do it properly, how to control the movements of your enemies on lane, what to do in general, how to fight enemies, etc. There is just too much stuff going on to start with the game. And you just start playing it, somehow you get in a like mechanical experience, theory experience, and you moving on till you get to that point when you basically know what can do every single champion in the league. You basically got like the roster of champions you want to play with, and you don't actually know what to do next to play better. And one of the things is getting your many skills in automatic mode. So what am I talking about? Let's make a little wonderful paint picture, and of course my painting is horrible, so don't expect me to do much here. And it's like 4 different stages in your mind, in your brain, that happened with everything you do in your life, basically. So the stage one, it's when you even don't know about something. What does it mean? It means that, for example, in League of Legends, you don't even know what it is last hitting. You're a new player to League of Legends, you didn't play mobile games before, and you actually don't even know that last hitting is existing in that game, and that this is a very important part of the game. So let's make this a little bit bigger and make a short description. So you don't even know that you can't, for example, do something. This is a very bad stage of progressing through the game, because before someone will tell you about different thing, let's put another one description. Know what is last hit. Yeah. So you don't even know what is last hit and how to do so, etc. So this is a very hard stage to get off this. You basically need a person who will tell you that, you know, friend, there is a last hitting in the game and you should do that. And you're like, what is the last hitting? It's when you're like killing the creeps by the last hit, just finishing them and get the golden experience. Some of the people can instinctively get a knowledge about last hitting, yeah, because it's kind of obvious when you're receiving the gold and when last hitting minions. But anyway, I'm speaking not only about last hitting. I'm speaking about any kind of mechanics or skill or theory idea you need in League of Legends. So how can we progress this to the next stage? Let's put another one text down here, and this is gonna be: you should constantly search for the information. So, what does it mean? It means that when you're playing League of Legends, you should, and you want to improve yourself and get to the higher levels of players, and you really set that as your mission or something like that. You need to be ready, spend some time of your day. Maybe not exactly every day, of course, but you need to spend some time by watching the videos of people on YouTube who making like theory things about the game, reading the build guides, because build guides not only consist of items most of the time. On a lot of sites you can find a good builds when the author of the build is explaining not only how to build up the champion or level up your skills, but the people actually posting how to like stand on lane against different champions, or what about invades if it's about jungling, about warding for supports, etc. And even if you are pretty experienced about theory in this game, many times you can suddenly find some little things that you don't know, and the person is just described it in the build guide, and it will make you perform better. So this is the most important part. You show oh my god, sorry. Well, okay, I screwed that up. Let's delete that if I can. Well, I'm pretty bad with that paint. Can I increase the size of that thingy. Okay. So you should constantly search for an information. Yeah, this is the first stage, and when you will start to do so, it's gonna be not so hard, as I mentioned via the red color, to progress to the second stage. So the second stage, stage 2, you know that you don't know about something, cannot do something. So what does it mean? You know now about last hit, but you don't know how to do it properly, or you simply cannot do that. So this is this like stage when you already knew about something. Yeah, you like know that that thing exists in the game, but at this stage you cannot really use it because you don't have a good skill to last hit, for example, or you know that as a support you're supposed to ward the important objectives in time, but you don't know when exactly you need to ward it, and etc, etc, etc. This stage is like very interesting for a lot of different people, because this is the moment when you start to learn the game, experience new things, you're trying something new, and this can be quite fun. And what you should actually do here most of the time, the solution for progress is you should search for answer if it no and start practice. So you basically just searching for some kind of guide or some kind of video where you can see how to do it, where the experienced person explains how to do it, etc. And you start practicing it yourself until you will get better in that. So this stage is really easy to pass till the stage 3. So this is why I'm putting the green one arrow. And when you get to the stage 3, this thing happened to you. So the stage 3. Stage 3 is you learned about something, and now you can use it on your will. Why am I posting it like that? Because it means when you focusing on a last hitting, you are performing really well in it. This is a really interesting stage, and most of the people sooner or later get to that stage when they are learning about something. But this stage is actually have its own big problem. Because when you're on this stage and you're using some of your skill, you're basically using the resources of your brain. Or if it's like, for example, sports, you're using resources of your body and the brain again to make that happen. That I mean something, yeah, you know, on something on which you are focusing at. So, and that means that you will last hit very good, you will farm pretty well on lane, as long as you focusing on it. That means that if something distracting you, your farming is drastically dropping low, like all of a sudden, just because you stopped focusing on that. And this stage is of course better than stage 1, stage 2, but it have its own problem. The problem means that you need to progress to the final stage 4, and this is a really hard step. So to do the progress, what do you actually need? You actually need to keep practicing on that regular and in a good amount of time. So if you will continue to practice on your last hitting, will do it with for example, every day. If you're playing League of Legends every day, you every day, for example, load in the custom game and last hit in 20 minutes with your like favorite champion, with which you are familiar at, and you doing it each day, like at least 20 minutes, no matter what. Then you will have an ability to progress to stage 4. And stage 4 is actually a golden stage. I don't know if the yellow color gonna be great here, but I'm still gonna use it because it's amazing. Yeah, this color is terrifying. Stage 4. The stage is amazing. When you can do something automatically, that means that you almost perfectly last hit without even thinking about it. So, why is that stage is so good and so important and give you like a huge advantage against the opponent who on lane and, for example, on stage 3. On stage 3, you keeping your focus on farming. Yeah, so you're watching the minions a lot, you keep focusing on that, you're thinking on that. That means that less resources of your brain gonna be used at dodging the skills of opponent, looking at minimap. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, you still using some of your resources on that task, and the stage 4 allows you to dodge skill shots better because you can focus on it. Yeah, you can watch your minimap even like consistently, if I'm using the correct word. I mean, you can use more of your resources on a minimap to avoid ganks, to see what enemy team is doing, to be ready, help your teammates, maybe to roam for a mid laner, or make a counter gank for a jungler, or ward the important areas when you can. And this stage can be achieved at many different themes. I'm like last hitting, avoiding skill shots, warding, etc. It all can be done on the level of stage 4. And this is the moment when you will be able to watch on a minimap, watch on an enemy team, think about the strategy, think about what you should do in that game, and it will help you quite a lot. You will stop be like a person who is not in a team fight at the right time, not helping the team of contesting the dragons, etc. And this is an important part. And back to the theme of this video today. Why I told you about focusing on like 2, maybe 3 roles, only like 3, 4 champions, not more, because different simple themes can be mastered to stage 4 easily. For example, if you're a mid laner, or if you're a top laner, or if you're an ADC, you need to properly farm last hitting. That's what I'm was talking about here. And all of us know that actually you can push the lane, you can last hit or farm with different champions differently. So if you're playing every game different champion, you're not particularly becoming better at some things. And for example, mid laners, top laners land your skill shots on an enemy, avoid enemy skill shots, avoid ganks, etc. It's all different from which different champion you are picking. And that's why when you're focusing on a special group of interest, like 2 lanes, 3 champions on each, you will become faster to the stage 4 at last hitting, and faster to the stage 4, for example, of like knowing the laning phase, who are the strong opponent for you, who are the weak opponent for you, how to counter each exact champion you are meeting on lane. It's gonna be easier to learn all of that information when you're playing only the small roster. And when you will get to the point where all the mechanical things, you will get to stage 4 at your champions, you can start working on your map awareness, you can start working on your strategy of the play, of achieving the goals of early game, mid game, late game, of helping your team. Your resources gonna be free for learning that. When you are playing the new champion on the lane, you are focusing on farm, landing the skill shots, use your combos, and opposing the enemy. You basically don't have a lot of resources of yourself to think about something else. Maybe map awareness, because you already got that as a good skill level, yeah? But that's like simply it. You're too stressed about all other things. That's why you should get this magic program, Notepad, and for example, made the decision. Mid lane, for me, it's gonna be Ari, Ziggs, and Jace, for example. Then, support, that's my secondary role. Gonna be Morgana, Sona, and Trash. And like a backup, just a backup. I mean, I'm making a backup top lane. I will be... I'm sorry. I will be Jace. And Irelia. I'm picking 2 champions because Jace is like on the mid lane too. I have him in 2 roles. And ADC, I'm gonna play Ezreal. And jungle, I'm gonna play Udyr. So, I made this, and now I can say that I can go ranked, play any role, and achieve goals with that thingy. So now on, my friend Kajan gonna join me, and in the second part we gonna play a ranked game when I will try to stick with that plan to keep mastering these champions and keep thinking about that thing. Right now, I'm from stage 3 to stage 4 in my last hitting farming, I mean, and I'm from stage 3 to stage 4 with my map awareness, and from stage 3 to stage 4 I'm with warding. So we will work on that. I get that short theory craft part, and we'll see you in the next one where it's gonna be an actual game is. So see you later, gonna be back soon.